Hello, ladies. How are you this evening? I am coming to you to bring you that class that I told you that I was going to bring you. Tonight, we are going to work with um, making frames. So that's what we're doing. We're going to have fun with that, and I'm going to teach you some tricks with that and show you how lovely these can be. They put so much beauty to your pages, very simplified, very easy, but gives you a lot of beauty to your pages. Um, Normally this class will be in the morning, so I will be doing it further out each Wednesday now in the mornings. It's just I had therapy and all that good stuff for my arm and, you know, lots of other things to do today. So I apologize for coming to you later, but you can view me anytime. So without further ado, I am going to put you down here and I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how easy it is and how fast and simple and beautiful it will make your pages. So thank you for watching. That's what I'm going to start with, and we're going to go down to the other camera. Let's get you down there. All right. So these are the frames. All right, and I made them in 3 different sizes. You can do these in other sizes as well, but these are the 3 that I'm going to show you tonight. It's a 4x4 square. These are squares. We're starting with squares. So 4x4, your 8x8, and then of course your 12x12. And so we will start with a 12x12. I have already pre-punched these just to show you the beauty of them. This punch is the Damask punch, and it is so gorgeous and elegant, and just the beauty of it is just amazing. Great for like historical photos, great for wedding photos, just for cards. But look at the beauty of that. It is just so very elegant. I absolutely am in love with this punch. Um, so I will start with showing you how to do the 12x12. And we're going to work with 3 different punches tonight to give you that difference so that you can see what we can do with them. Of course, the brand new cloud one that is brand new out. This is a little bit older, and the Damask came out in December. So we will start with the 12x12. So I'm going to move these aside, and I'm going to pick a sheet of paper. Let's see. This paper pack is really a pretty paper pack. It has a lot of colors to it. It's called I Am Grateful, but really, really, really beautiful. Let's see. I'm going to do this blue page for the 12x12. So, let's see. Here we are. And we'll just, as you know, we just can pop this up. And then, of course, underneath, if you've never noticed, these black lines on here are for your starting. If you're making a border out of these punches, you would start at these black lines here. If you're making your frame, there is a beautiful line right here on either side, whichever side you decide to start with. So that is important to know when you are going to be making a frame. That is how you would start that. Let's push these out a little bit. All right, so again, let me pull you down just a little bit so you can see that. All right, so we're going to line up to our very first line, which again is right there. Put your paper in there. You're going to put it right, let's see, can you see me here okay? You're going to put it right on that silver line. And of course you'll punch down. Now, you will have this little edge right here. And again, I apologize if you can hear my son in the background. He doesn't tend to listen when I tell him that I am live. But you'll have this edge here, this little square. I'll show you what that's going to do on the end here. Make sure you line up and cover your blue all the way. And then you punch down, always making sure that you are up against the back tray so that you stay straight as you go. Bring it again. We'll line that up. Punch down, line up, punch down, and again, you'll do the same thing. And then that will be your last one. So you'll only go across 5 times when you're making your frame. You're going to have these 2 corners and you'll see exactly what is going to happen when we go to the next side. So again, your edge, you will bring right to the line and then make sure you're butted against your tray. You'll punch down and voila. Little bit. See the little bit? It's a great little bit you can use on your pages. Again, don't waste anything. Waste is so bad if you don't have to. I don't like to waste anything, but a nice little bit you can use. And as you see, look at that. See that beautiful line? Just goes right around, waiting for your frame to complete. So we'll put that back in again. We'll line up your blue, covering your blue. We'll punch. Punch again. Punch again. And then you'll punch one more time. And then, of course, like I said, you'll have your little bit in there. Line up. Then your little bit comes out. Here's that. And then go in here. And there. Try to be quick so I don't hold you up too long, but these are just really fantastic. And then finally, for your last side, you'll punch out, your little bit will come on. Sometimes there's just a little bit of an edge, like right there where you see that. That was where I pulled that little bit off of. So they do get hung up on there a little bit, but it's not a big deal. We'll just keep moving through. I'm sorry, I dropped that paper. So we'll keep going. And then your last little bit came off. And of course, there's lots of stuff in there you could use if you'd like. But, you know, see how cute these are? These are really, really cute. So you could do some confetti in a card if you want to make those cards that have the little bubble on the front of them, the little window. Those would be great for little confetti in that. But look at how gorgeous that is. Isn't that phenomenal? That is just the most gorgeous layout of these pattern that is it's just phenomenal. I absolutely adore it. It's fantastically beautiful. And if you can, I'll bring it up a little bit. There you go. Look at that. But so very, 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 very elegant. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here to the next one. And with this guy, to get this paper that fell, we'll go ahead and stay with the colors here. Get my cutter real quick. Okay. sorry about that. I'm back. So we're going to use the trimmer, the 12-inch trimmer. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the 8x8. So we will line this up at the 8. Go ahead and cut your piece off. Do another 8. All right. So, easy peasy with the trimmer. Let's try to get this a little closer in there. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this again. And we'll make this 8x8, and you'll see again how simple it is. Line it up to your edge again. Right there on the line. Making sure you're butted up against the back ends. And there is your little edge again. So on this one, you will only have 3 cuts and then have your 2 edges. And you'll go in here and you'll line that back up again. Here comes your little bit. And if you ever get hung up inside of your borders, don't keep pulling real hard because you will tear at your edges and your little cuts and stuff, the real intricate stuff. So just kind of gently, gingerly kind of pull it out a little bit if you do get stuck. It's not too often that happens, but those very intricate ones like your wildflower ones, they can sometimes get a little hung up, especially if the paper is really thin paper, because it doesn't all the time like really thin paper. But it is doable. You just have to be really easy and gentle on it, and it will definitely work out for you. All right, look. Of course, we got some more bits here. Whoops. Of course, you can do lots of things, like I told you, with these. You could put them on the edges of your photos, cut it in half like this, and then put it on your corners. And they're quite elegant for that as well. But here's your 8x8. And that just looks really cool. Let's put that on there and have a look. See that? Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's so pretty. And you could put this and then put like a wedding photo right in the center. It's just, I'm sometimes very speechless with it because it's so beautiful. And there's some nice colors on there as well. They really match in line, of course, because this whole paper pack goes together, so they all coordinate into the same family. All right, I am going to do a 4x4 square for you. So your frames always work nice when they are squares. Now, you can do a circle, and I will teach you that at a different time because, so that won't make it, because I don't want to keep you on too long. So, all right, I think we will be fine with this one. We'll put that in there, cut across, and we've got 4 by 4. And this one is super simple because this one is literally 4 cuts. You will do 4 cuts because on your, oh, there's a little bit right in there. On your cutter, your border makers, these lines right here, there's 2, see these lines right there? There's one there and one there. That is exactly 4 inches. So you will stick that in there and line your lines up on 4 inches. Just kind of hold it a little bit with your fingertip. Cut. And see? One cut. There. Line your edge up again. Put your thumb down on that. Another cut. Here's your little bit. And cut. And cut. And I know that when I had my last crop, one of my ladies asked me how I did this, and I got busy and I didn't get back to her and be able to tell her exactly how we did those. But it's literally just a 4-inch square, 4 cuts, and look at that. You could even use this as a religious page, because as you can see, it's got the cross right in the middle. So how perfect is that for your communion pictures, a wedding, a ceremony of some sort, doesn't matter what it is, but anything that's affiliated with church, you could put that on there. So this is one of my favorites too, because you can do that. And then put embellishments in the center, but isn't that just gorgeous? So let's kind of just give you a little play on that. We'll put that in the center. I mean, even that kind of looks pretty, but you could go in a little bit of a different dimensional area, you know, horizontal or vertical, but you could turn these if you'd like. Turn this. But so many things that you can do with this punch. I can't begin to tell you how much I love this one. So again, as I was saying earlier, you can do your squares, perfect squares, okay? 4x4, 8x8, and 12x12. So I want to show you same process, but I just want to show you what the cloud one, and then you can just close it again by turning that little button there. But you have all these little bits over here that you can use. And this is the new cloud border frame punch. So I'm going to start with doing, we won't go through all of the different sizes, but I want to do the frame for you so that you can see how neat this one is. So, and then if they get little bits on there, just pull them off, or use your micro tip scissors to get those little edges off of there. Okay, so one more cut in here, and then that way it leaves your little edge there. Put that back in, line up your edge. Oh, kind of missed that one a little bit, but that happens. Don't ever worry about doing that. The problem with that is exactly what I told you earlier, to always make sure it's butted up against, because it will cut off those little edges, but it is not the end of the world, like I said. And see, that one got a little hung up, but you just kind of gingerly get it out of there. Make sure you're up. And then one more for this guy. And you see these little things? These are just like little edges. So just pull those off, or use your micro tip. They'll go right away on you. I did that again. So again, just be real mindful of, sometimes you end up moving too fast and you clip that edge. That'll like I told you, not a big deal. You'll bring that one in there. Bring that around. Make sure you take your little bits out of there, because I think that sometimes will make that get hung up a little bit in there. But such a cute, cute punch. You just gotta be real careful. Make sure that that doesn't necessarily get too hung up. All right, get those out. All right, let's pull these little pieces off. If you can see what I'm doing, it's got this little tiny piece of paper hair. How's that? But look at how cute that is. Isn't that lovely? There's where I went off a little bit, but it is okay. You just need to make sure it's pushed up there in that corner really well. Here's another little hair in here, but super cute with that. Turn, that's the other side of it. So really adorable. Look, you can use it for clouds. You can use it for just about anything. And again, this one is the 12 by 12 square, and you could do the 8 by 8, 4 by 4, and just fantastic. Adds a lot of pop to your photo. And we'll go ahead, use the same sheet, and I will use the Wildflowers. And I'm going to do this two different ways. I'm going to show you this way first. So this one, you will definitely want to start. This one does not have a line. This is before we started putting lines on the punches. So I will start this one right at the edge as if there was a piece there, a line. So just imagine that being your line. And as you can see, it's got that little bit. Now this is the one I told you is so fine and so intricate that it will get itself caught in there if you're not careful. So just be really, really gentle. You don't want to pull, if it ever does these real intricate ones, if it ever does get stuck on you with this kind, you're going to want to pull straight out this way rather than trying to keep pushing it along. Okay, so I had just a little bit of a mess up here, so I went a little too far, but that is okay. Okay, and then you'll have your little edge, so you're going to want to stop. Can you see where I missed a little flower right there? See that? I just went over a little too far. But again, like I said, it's okay. So in this one, you'll match this right up to the edge there, okay, where that little bit would be. You see that? Look what happened. See? It rounded right around, and just get that little bit out. And then you'll keep, excuse me, you'll keep moving forward, laying this in here. Let's get that over. Nope, doesn't want to go. So let's get you matched up. Okay, push that. Then we'll get this, find this match. Oops, I'm too close to that. There we go. Now, I wanted to show you what I did here. So what will happen if this happens to you, so that you don't ever panic that you left this little square. Remember I said there'd be the little square at the end? So I went ahead and cut this one off so you would see what happens if you do that. It is not a big deal. It is very fixable. So you will go in and then just line that edge of that flower right to the edge there and cut. And you see? Quick fix. Not a problem at all. So that, I just wanted to show you that so that you could see what happens if you ever do that. It's not a big deal. It is fixable. Nobody knows but you. So this would be your last cut before, let's see, before that punch would go in. Oops. Let's get in there, guy. And then we're in there and in there. And then we'll keep going, and this is where you're going to cut that edge off. So make sure you get those lined up and cut off. So see how beautiful? And that's with your wildflowers all the way around, and you could have this as a really beautiful frame for a summer photo, a spring photo, any kinds. So there's the other side. Just quite beautiful. Now, what I want to show you is how to make an actual outside frame with these borders. So what I think I'm going to do is actually get I'll do the sunshine with the flowers. So you will take your trimmer, open it up, excuse me. Go ahead and open it up, and you are going to cut to the 2-inch in and then to the 11. So 2 and 11. So I'm going to turn my cutter this way because I like to cut this way when I'm cutting my my frames. Okay? So let's see, I got you backwards. So I can see this. You will go to the 2 right there, and then see the 2? So you'll put your line at the 2. I have my line up here so that I don't have to always look on the side. So if you can see what I did here, this line that's on the cartridge holder that lines up to here, I just took that and then took it around so that I always would know where that is. Also, I like to use binder clips on here so they hold them, but I don't have that with me tonight. So you're just going to make sure that you have it at the 2-inch, and then you're going to start here at the 2 and you'll go to the 11. So 2, down to the 11. Okay, you'll stop. And I'm making a pretty big frame, so you could make this thinner as well, but I like to do it this way too. Line it up on your 2. Excuse me. Bring your paper here, bring your cutter to the 2 line. I need to get a drink. I swallowed wrong. 2, and then the 11. You could do 2 and 10, 2 and 11, but I'm going to go to the 11 line. I am so sorry. And then again, I have a big mess here. Your 2, and then you can line it up on the 11, and then come in, stop at your 2, go around, right on your 2, and then again, stop at your 11. Oops. All right, so this is the inside. Let's move this. This you can use for later. Save it for something nice. You've got your square in here. Your square in here. You're going to take your corner to corner. Make sure you have it lined up very good. So you come out good and even. And it's okay if it doesn't. It's not the end of the world, but I like to make sure. All right, so you have an L. That's how you're going to start. So you're going to take your flowers, and you're going to take this point. Oops, let me get in the frame. This point, you're going to come in here and go in. You're going to come in from the left, and you see the point coming out? Do you see that right there? See that? Can you see that? Okay. So you're going to make sure you just put your finger there and make sure when you feel the point, that's where you're at. Make sure you're against the back edge, and then you'll cut. You're going to push a little harder because it's 2 going through. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to line it up to where the flowers match. Okay, hold tight, punch down, and then remember, if it gets a little snag in it, don't worry, just pull straight out with these real intricate ones. Okay, line up, push down. And that was 3 cuts. You're going to do 1, 2, and 3. You'll stop there. Then you will turn your border over. So now you have a backwards L. Okay? So your flowers will be up here that you just punched. Then this line would be here. You will now come in from the right going to the left. Whereas the first time we came from the left going to the right. You'll put that in and do the same thing over here. When you feel the point, stop. Make sure you're against the back edge. Punch down. Come until you match your flowers. right there. Punch. Again. Find your match. And punch. 3 times only. Okay, so you have 3 punches here, 3 punches here. What was that? Did I do 3 or did I only do 2? I lost track. I'm so sorry. Ah. Yes, I think I did 1, 2, and then I'll do, nope, we're right. We did 3. 3 and 3. So push that aside. You're going to open up your frame, and then you will take these 2 corners and then fold those to the next size. Now, if you notice, I'll show you. If you notice, you have your flowers all matching up. You see that? They're all matching up. So if you flipped it the wrong way, these will not match up. So this is kind of your telltale sign that you have it going correctly. Now, we will go in and get it up in there. Now, being that I made the opening a little bit tighter, meaning I made the square. Usually you can do an 8 by 8, but I did a 10. So you're tighter, you're a little tighter, okay, and it's okay. So just bring, well, it's not going to let me. So it's not okay. We're going to go from this side. So we'll get this in here and we'll cut, and then we'll cut again. So how I'm going to get around this is clearly, let's get in there. All right. Try to get it as much as you can in there, and here we go. All right. So this one's going to be just a little different. So we'll have 2 edges. Normally I would go all the way around, but my fault, I took it too big on us. Usually, like I said, do the 8 by 8. That would be better. So that you will not have these edges. But this is okay because you can put edging there and go ahead and have it go all the way around. Okay, so again, put some really decorative edgings right in here, and then that will take up that empty spots that we weren't able to get inside to do. We could cut it in half and do that. I mean, there are other tricks that we can do to get in there, but you know, I don't want to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and just put it in an angle like this, in the triangle. Have your triangles lining into those corners. And we're going to cut this way, just so that it has a completely flowered edge. Okay? And then that will look beautiful. There you go. All right, so we fixed that. So see how your flowers go in here? We could probably take this one in a little deeper. Let's do that. Let's go in a little deeper. We're just fooling around in here. So let's get it way up in there. I'm going to push it in a little bit, and there it went. So that's good. So it is doable. You can manage to have that, and it has these little thicker corners, like I said, where you could put those embellishments, and that would be just fine. It's not that big of a deal to do that, but the perfect size for this really is I wanted to see if we could manage to do that because it definitely works better, especially with an 8 by 8 square. So I would definitely do an 8 by 8, not a 10, because it is a little too tight on these corners. But again, it's beautiful, so it's okay. But that is the way to go with that. So, um, let's see. So if you're going to use, I'm going to go ahead and flip around since we are done with that cutting. Anyway, hopefully you had fun with that. That was fun. A real quick pointer would be cardstock. Never try to double up like I folded the paper in half. The cardstock is going to be way too thick to try to get through. So don't jam up your border punches by doing that, because if you're going to double them up, it does not work very well for you. It does work well going a single through, but as far as folding it over and making that frame, it's not going to work as great for you, so try not to do that. The one thing I would like to say is thank you for watching. Hopefully I didn't take up too much of your time. I enjoyed the class with you. Hopefully you learned some nice tips and tricks on that. If you would like, follow and comment, subscribe. And if you don't have an advisor, I am wonderfully excited to help you. So you can go on the link that is attached to this video and come find me, and I would love to help you out. So if you are in need of an advisor and you don't have one already, then please pick me, and I will be glad to help you out. Friday is Friday Fun Day. We're going to do some gorgeous layouts. I'm going to do a 2-page spread and then a single spread. So hopefully you will be able to watch that. And I will be using, so if you have this secret box that was just purchased, if you were able to get in on that, I will be using that collection on this layout coming up. So hopefully you will come find me on Friday, and let's have some fun on Friday. So thank you again, and have a good evening, and hope to see you again. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for supporting my small business. Bye-bye. Hit the rock button.